Time and time again, when I go around the internet, I see so many people are just marketing towards what's easiest. Set up your company in Estonia because it's easy. Set up in the US because it's easy. Yet these solutions may not be the most cost effective, they may not be the best future proof, they may not be exactly what you need. I'm Andrew Henderson, and I've come to really hate the word easy. We all, as humans, want to know how to lose weight easily, how to get out of debt easily, how to get that second passport easily. In fact, when you look at our videos here on YouTube, our Nomad Capitalist videos, what are some of the most popular? The fastest ways to get a second passport, the easiest country to bank, the easiest countries to immigrate to, the easiest ways to get a second passport. It's human nature that we want everything to be handed to us on a silver platter. But here's what I've learned in more than a decade of doing this rather complex international stuff. And that is, it's a lot easier to get into a problem than it is to get out. For example, if you're a US citizen and you are traveling around and doing business internationally and you're trying to bank and you're trying to invest and get your business partners and just do business and you're having trouble doing that because of all the restrictions on US passport holders, it was a lot easier just to be born in the United States than it is to go through the process of figuring out, how do I deal with my taxes? How do I deal with this? Should I renounce my citizenship? What does that process look like? How do I plan for that? Getting into a problem is always a lot easier. It's a lot easier to get into debt. It's a lot easier to overeat and become overweight. And what I've seen, I had a guy come to me last summer from the UK, and he had an Amazon business. The Amazon business was doing very well. He was living in London or thereabouts, and he said, I didn't want to use a UK company because I know that taxes are high here. So he said, I was selling stuff in the US. I went and got a Delaware LLC. And I set everything up, and now I'm getting paid in my Delaware LLC. And I said, well, why did you set up that Delaware LLC? What motivated you to set up that particular structure? He said, I don't know, I guess because it was easy. And what we figured out was that based on his personal situation, he actually made his tax worse by setting up that Delaware LLC. That thing that was so easy came back to haunt him. I see that time and time again. When I go around the internet, I see so many people are just marketing towards what's easiest. Set up your company in Estonia because it's easy. Set up in the US because it's easy. Yet these solutions may not be the most cost effective, they may not be the best future proof, they may not be exactly what you need. What easy doesn't take into account is who you are and what you need. So, for example, let's look at some other content that's out there about easy ways to get a second passport. There are some videos, there's some blog articles out there. Well, they'll say, hey, if only you come down to Bolivia and you hang out and you sign up for a Spanish class and you get a little apartment and you take the land border to Chile if you want to get out, and they don't really know you're out, and that's just kind of back and forth, and and 3 years from now you can get a passport from Bolivia. For somebody, that may be easy. If you want to go to Bolivia, if you want to go to Spanish classes, if you want to play these kind of games. What I've learned from the successful people, not even the 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs, but the guys who have sold businesses for 20, 30, 50, 80 million dollars that I've talked to, nothing they've done is easy, and yet everything they've done is easy because they were just going through the motions to getting what they need. If you're a guy who sold your business for $50 million, even if you just make $500,000 a year, the idea of going down and running across some land borders or sitting in a Spanish class half the time seems like a really difficult way to get your second passport, for example. If you are a successful business owner, clicking on a Facebook ad to get your Estonian company set up probably isn't going to be the most cost-effective or most tax-effective thing to do, but it may be easy because there's an entire process. And so when I look around the world, there's a great arbitrage between easy and great opportunities, because the places where some of the greatest opportunities are right now, nobody's figured out how to make it easy. Now that's changing slowly, But all the places where the money's to be made, particularly in the investing space, but also some of these new corporate jurisdictions, no one's figured out how to make it simple. No one's figured out, here it is on a silver platter. And when we see that, our natural human reaction is, oh, that seems too difficult. If you are that 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur and you want a second passport, I've increasingly said, after working with these folks, citizenship by investment. Just put some money on the table, just send your paperwork in, just wait for the FedEx man to come. That's probably a lot easier. Now our ego says, oh, well, that's not very comfortable because I feel dumb that I'm just paying $100,000 when I could be flying to Bolivia and going to the Spanish class and just paying $2,000 a year in tuition and bouncing back and forth and pretending I'm not there. It doesn't seem very easy to me. We don't respect our time enough. We don't respect our efforts. It's all this idea of like, what is easy? And again, if you're a retiree, if you're just starting out, there may be different strategies for you. But if you are someone who's successful, I think taking all those things into account is very important because it's not just the knowing. Just knowing what's easiest doesn't matter. Knowing, as the British guy did, that the US LLC was easy, didn't help him save tax. In fact, it made his tax situation worse. Knowing that you can go to Bolivia or Peru or here or there and you can just camp out for a while and get a passport. Have you done it? Have you set up your company? Have you done all the things that are easy? And if not, why not? Because the ease isn't the issue. Knowing isn't the goal. Doing and getting the results and reaping the benefits of what we think we want easily is what's most important.
I'm Andrew Henderson, and if you're looking for a way to legally reduce your taxes, build your freedom, and create wealth faster as a global citizen, then you've come to the right place. I want you to do 3 things right now. Number 1, click the button to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to get notifications so you never miss a new video. Number 2, get a copy of our #1 best-selling book, Nomad Capitalist, on Amazon and learn all of the dozens of benefits of our lifestyle. And number 3, if you're already a 6 or 7 figure entrepreneur and you want to put these strategies in place, go to nomadcapitalist.com and find out how to get some help.